Oh God, we're live
Are we?
and on time. It's 7:30.
Oh my god.
That's fucking
Oh
nuts.
my god.
Is it? Is it?
Is it a what?
Is it a thing? Is it?
Is what? Is what a what?
Uh.
Is what a what?
Oh, look, it looks like it's working. Okay, so yeah. Just a disclaimer, right? From now on, we're gonna add this at the beginning. This usually is not safe for work,
Oh god, yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah.
No, don't be doing that.
We stray off topic constantly because it's fun to do.
Because
We don't script this, so yeah, there's that. The website seems to be humming along.
humming.
Akkadian Times. It's giving hummers.
It's
It's
giving
got
hummers?
It's giving
It's
hummers.
giving away hummers?
It's
Everybody
giving away-
quick go to
It's not giving them away. You don't get them from someone else. You get them from the website. You go on the website and it massages you.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds
the
kind
website
of
massages you.
that sounds kind of like sexual
Pornographic?
harassment panda.
It could be. It could be. But that's one of the reasons why I need the panda suit. And here's the website is humming along
It's humming
nicely.
along,
There
humming
is
along.
a new article. Well, it's not new now. It's been there for a day, and in internet time, that's
Yeah.
but a new article. We found a video that the hi Alyssa.
Where? I'm not on the
You're
live
not on
chat.
well, you
right
got to get to the live chat.
Oh,
So there's an
Alyssa.
article on there related to a video that was posted and then disappeared. I don't know how or why it disappeared.
Okay.
But it was posted on a subreddit somewhere.
Oh, is this the Mouthy Buddha?
The Mouthy Buddha. Yeah, he's like a Nazi and shit. Well, no, he's not like
He's
a
not
Nazi.
like a Nazi.
I mean, yes. All he needs is Hugo Boss dead?
I need that clip.
And let me
I
tell
need
you.
that clip where he says that he's dog whistling or whatever. Is that in the video?
Yeah, no, that's a hangout that he does. Or he did. Somebody else's hangout, not even on his channel.
Okay.
But yes.
Can you send me that though? Like I seriously need it.
Yes, that will end up in the
I don't know what you're talking
documentary
about.
thing that you said that we were doing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've decided, fuck it. Like I'm gonna put
Yeah.
this thing up, and I know I'm gonna get like so much hate, and like I'm not gonna put it on YouTube, just for the simple fact that I know that these assholes are gonna get all butthurt.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna flag it.
Yes, yeah.
And then I'll be fucked with my channel again. So
Yeah.
I think where I may upload it to is Daily Motion, because they're pretty good over
I might
there.
do that, yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't give a shit if they like take down my channel at Daily Motion. I barely use it, so
Okay.
I think I'll put it there, and then it'll go for like on the
Well,
website. But
it'll
it's
be-
not. But let's not link it to Daily Motion, because if it does get dinged, then it'll go down on the site too. So let's.
Right.
know.
However, on the site it'll be in two parts probably.
It'll have to be, because
Yeah.
it's like right now I had to.
It's like an hour and change.
No,
right?
no, because remember I forgot to take out that piece that fucked it all up. But no, it's like almost 40 minutes, I guess.
Okay. Well, it'll end up.
Oh, it'll be a bit longer. I'm not done. I'm not done yet.
A bit longer.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
And we'd like to thank Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad,
I'd like to thank all the stupid people
for letting or inspiring you.
Yeah,
is that right?
With his All Cultures Are Beautiful series, where he fucking mocks like every culture, but not white people.
Yeah.
So I've done the work for you, Carl, and you can make your own video.
Carl alone, he's going to cry.
You can make your own video on white culture.
He's got his own,
this is my video on white culture.
He's got his shit. He's got his own shit going on. As I understand it, he's still being sued. So, but yes, there's a new video out on from Mouthy Buddha on the website. Go check it out. It's on the Jewish question, right? And yeah, go visit the site. Give me all your monies. In December, I'm considering doing a GoFundMe for the panda suit. We'll see if that comes to, like, if I get up to the impetus to set it up, right? And we're gonna do that. So I can get a panda suit and I can go harass little children, as opposed to big children like Carl. I mean like little children. You need different tools to harass in big children. Some of them blunt instruments.
Well, let them run with scissors and let evolution sort itself out.
All right.
That's what I say.
So, and most importantly, the subject that we're going to talk about today, really, after all, getting all that out of the way.
Yeah.
Hey, can you people hear this? You better be able to hear this.
You want me to check? Hold on. Let me see if I can hear it.
Man of all the streams to actually catch.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Avisado says, man of all the streams to actually catch.
You had to get ours. Cause
and the genital mutilation one.
Yeah. Let's talk about.
So I posted today on the site the article that you wrote, like it was in 2015. I think
you can't hear this or that or the other either? Does that mean you can't hear us, or are you just being silly?
Come on, you're ruining my vibe here. I'm old and prone to not hearing things already, and forgetting things.
Hold on, let me see. Let me go to the end of it, and we'll find out. If I find out. Hold on. God damn it.
Things.
Hold on, let me see. Let me go to the end of it. Okay, no, yeah, we can hear it.
And I can't possibly say I can't hear that if I couldn't hear it. Oh, shut the hell up!
You're such a jerk. Asshole.
You hate me.
Asshole.
So, so you wrote an article in 2015.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was that long ago. And it's been reposted. I haven't edited it or updated it because that's your job, since it's your article.
Yeah, it was it is quite an involved article on circumcision, but I really I don't know if all the links are working still. I haven't gone through it yet. And it's kind of mean towards feminists, but it was directed more at the feminists that are pro
the ones that seem not to care too much about infant boys.
Yeah, the ones who are FGM is bad, blah blah blah, which I completely agree.
Yes.
And then they're yeah, well, circumcision, fuck them, and it's what, So yeah, it's aimed at sort of that.
However, you are going to update it, check the links and everything.
Update it with the latest information,
but that's when we're done with the project.
I mean, don't expect that in the next couple of days. Expect that in the next couple of months. So
really,
yeah.
Well, it's a lot of research.
It is a lot of. That article alone took me 2-3 months to research. So I mean, we're not.
Well, and in normal people time, with people that don't have 5 kids, that's probably about a month or so. Is that what you estimate?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna make a promise that it'll be there next week or whatever, because I know it.
Yeah, we can't.
It's gonna take too much work that I cannot get it out quickly.
And we're working on a rather lengthy YouTube video.
One that people are gonna hate. Well, people know it's the alt-right documentary thingy I was working on, and that's my.
Well, we had decided not to.
That's my contribution to Carl's series now on.
Maybe he'll host it on.
Are beautiful.
Maybe he'll host it on his channel.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he'll host it on his channel.
And pigs will fly, and
he'll
unicorns will appear right before my face.
Well, he's let other people do, when he's on vacation or whatever.
Yeah, but you gotta have this qualification of being a racist douchebag. So
I got
a moron.
I'm forced to wonder. Aristotle just woke up from a nap. So they're all about being weird. Well, you're weird all the time. That's okay. Don't worry.
People are all weird, and that's why I love y'all. That's why I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love you all.
Okay, yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, no, I'm not drunk. So.
Okay.
I don't drink. That would be funny. But yeah, no, I'm going to finish this documentary thing soon, I hope, because but there's so much I can just keep adding. Like
I know.
It's like I can get, oh wait, there was that video and they said this and so said that and so did this and so and there's like so many things I can just keep adding and adding and adding. But yeah, no, I won't. Yeah. Otherwise this will go on forever.
It'll go on forever. Yeah. So genital mutilation.
Yeah.
Okay, not okay.
No.
Okay, why? What's the problem?
No. You don't cut off an infant, like a piece of your infant child for stupid reasons.
Why not? They got plenty of pieces.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
no,
pudgy little fingers.
Look, I am not
ears.
for circumcision. I am not for FGM. I am not even for the stupid thing that they I know other cultures do this too, but the French culture here where they pierce their infants' ears. Like, that's so stupid.
You don't like the ear piercing either. You know, I used to back in the 90s.
You know,
when it was cool. When it was cool, I had 2 earrings.
Oh, but yeah, but you were older. I'm talking about infants.
Not big earrings, little ones.
I nearly killed. You know? I nearly killed my ex's sister because she took who are now 11-year-old over to her house for a night. When she was a baby, and she called me in the morning from the mall, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm at the mall, and I'm gonna get your daughter's ears pierced." I said, "What the fuck? What is wrong with you?" No, like she was gonna do it,
and then tell you,
and then I'm like, "I'm gonna murder your ass! Like you are not piercing my daughter's ears."
So you're not into the body mod stuff. But what if you're
no, I am personally. I'm into it, me.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't do it to
someone who can't
a baby or someone who can't. Yeah, no.
And bitch, she's right. Surely infants don't need all their fingers. That's right.
Yeah,
they really don't.
And not all their toes either. Your pinky toe doesn't really do much for you.
You don't really need an appendix either. So
let's just take out all the unnecessary parts right when they're born.
You can sell
without anesthesia. You can't do it with anesthesia.
You don't really need 2 lungs, you know.
Because by the way, they don't circumcise infants with anesthesia. They just do it. Yeah. And most of these babies, like, they stop screaming because they go into febrile shock or febrile or whatever it's barbaric. It's horrific. And if anyone out there wants to be like an apologist for why it's okay, don't talk to me. Like, seriously.
It's not okay.
Yeah, no, it's not okay. Don't talk to me.
No. There are a limited number of cases and a limited number of instances of medical necessity where obviously
phimosis is one of them.
Yeah.
I think it's called phimosis, or that's the way it's pronounced. It's when the foreskin is too tight.
Yeah.
And what happens is sometimes it acts like an elastic band, like it slips over the head of the penis, but it can't go back up.
Right.
And
so it strangles
so it strangles the tip of the penis, and the tip of the penis swells, and then you really you can't do anything to get it. What they try to do is to make like an incision,
the smallest incision possible,
to release it. But in some cases they just can't. Then the safest thing, because who the hell wants to lose the end of their penis? Right. So the safest thing to do is to. And
Avrisatos is right.
Yeah.
That's rare. Yes,
it is rare. It is rare. And infections do happen. Like I remember one of my girlfriends back in high school. She was dating this. That got some sort of weird bacterial infection under his foreskin. He had to have a medical. Circumcision. Yeah. Well, no, he wasn't an adult. He was 14. He was 14.
Well, I keep thinking of like infants, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if you're ambulatory,
they did everything they could. Like, they give him antibiotics and all this stuff, right? But it just it persisted. It would not go away. So they were like, "I'm sorry, dude. We're gonna have to give you the We're gonna have to give you the chop." You know. So I mean, there are valid reasons for it. And if you're over,
but for the most part,
and if you're over like the age of consent, then I figure, if you want to, it's a form of body mod, then you go for it, right?
Right.
Because plenty of people do weird shit to their penises when they're older. I've seen
some disgusting stuff. No shit. I'm sorry. You can do it if you want. I can't. I would not dare to legislate against you.
Yeah, no.
Right. I would not support any law to prevent you from doing it. But oh fuck, you did not do that to a penis.
Yeah, but there are some people that are into that.
Particularly your penis.
But again,
no.
again, I'm saying if you're over the age of consent, then you know you do you.
Yeah.
But don't be doing this to infants. They can't consent, and it's probably the most painful thing that anyone could experience. You know, to be chopped up like that
now,
without anesthesia.
Now, as I recall, at least one study suggests. I haven't read the study, so I don't know exactly what it says. But one study suggests that it can be traumatic for the infant, and it can affect their brain chemistry.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, there's multiple studies on that. Yeah, that's part of the thing that's going to go into my new article. It's the cortisol levels spike like so drastically and so dramatically when a child is going through circumcision that the brain has really no way to purge it all afterwards, so it remains at a heightened state, which actually fucks up the brain in a certain way. So yeah, that'll be in my newer article, but yeah, it's definitely not.
Abrasado says, I've heard of guys that get implants to make everything bigger down there. I do not understand this. Well, it's fairly easy to understand. I mean, the zeitgeist has almost always, at least in my memory, as long as I've been alive, there's always been little dick jokes. There's always, so I guess you know that's part and parcel with how society views. Yeah. But then you know I know guys, I've heard stories not just from you, but from people from when I was a young man and I was dating and everything. It's like he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't get off. They wanted sex. It's not that they were raped, right?
Yeah.
But it's like okay, it's raw now.
Well, if you have a strong constitution, you can go up, look up penile subincision. That's all I'll say. Oh, it's a body mod. You don't.
Oh, is that the one with the? Oh, yeah. I know what that is.
Think of a hot dog that's split down the middle.
I don't understand breast implants either, though. Yeah, no, I don't understand.
I understand them for people who have lost a breast.
Okay, there are
to some sort of disaster or
because
to breast cancer or
well, because breasts are
exactly aside from people who are uneven or
reconstruction.
Yes. Other than that, why the fuck would you
and I understand things like a breast reduction as well.
I've had some friends who've had them done because their backs were killing them.
I had a girlfriend when I was she was wow, and
she was wow,
and it hurt her back all the time.
Yeah,
it hurt her back all the time.
Well,
so she had a reduction.
Ask Micaiah how good it is to have big boobs. Yeah, Micaiah's been wanting to get rid of those things for ages.
And so yeah, a lot of it is social pressure. You're right, bitchy. But that's it.
But there's no like all these reasons I keep hearing from people like, oh, it's for cleanliness, it's for this, it's for no, it's not. Even the APA has come out and said, yeah, no, it's not necessary. You don't need it done. And a lot of pediatricians are now starting to refuse to do it, and in so doing they lose their licenses, but they find that this is an important enough issue that they will stand up for it. And people are starting to listen. Like a lot of pediatricians are also speaking out against it. They're like, yeah, no, it's not medically necessary. It's not.
In Europe, it's not even a thing. In large swaths of Europe, it's not.
Well, no, it's in some places it's making.
In some places, but
in Africa, the practice is just horrific. Yeah. Like in a lot of underdeveloped areas of Africa. Oh my God. Whoa. You think FGM is the only thing practiced with rusty knives and shit? And oh no, they do the same thing for little boys and circumcision. They what they do is they put like a fish hook with a string through the end of the foreskin.
Well, it depends on the tribal group. No?
Well, no, but in one
particularly horrific.
For one way of doing it, they put the fish hook through the end of the foreskin and then pull it as hard as they can so it stretches out as far as it can.
And then they get the chop
over a piece of wood, like a log or whatever. And then
they
just swing a rusty machete at it and hope it lands in the right spot. Yeah,
I saw one video where they had where the whatever it is, the shaman, the witch doctor, well, I don't know, puts the cutting implement right onto the
and hits it with a pestle,
and then he hits it with a pestle.
There are other places to do it like that, but the problem in Africa is it's done in unsanitary, disgusting conditions, right? Same as FGM, right? And so you get little boys and stuff showing up at clinics with necrotized penises.
Yeah.
You know, and penises that are falling off, and and that have been almost completely severed right off. This is actually not abnormal.
And if you think that I'm gonna throw out the dog whistle, right? Because we're gonna talk about dog whistles.
And they put dirt. I don't know if they do this for
to keep it from bleeding out.
I don't know if they do this for little girls when they get FGM done, but I know for the little boys they rub dirt into the end of the wound
because that's so healthy
to stop it from bleeding.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Terrific.
And then they pour like river water over it after.
And let me throw the because ew. And let me throw out the dog whistle, right? For those people that think that Western civil, I need an echo thingy.
Yeah.
So I can't do an echo. Like, I think I'm gonna have to be nice to Crown
civilization, nation.
I think I'm gonna have to be nice to Crown Tea for a few minutes.
Oh God, no, please.
No fucking way.
Okay, what were you gonna say about Western?
For those of you who are like, well, that's in Africa. That doesn't. In Western civilization, you expect that that it doesn't happen. But there have been cases.
Oh, there have been because I follow a lot of intactivists, and so I see the stories often. Most people don't, but I do, and it's almost like once a week. Little boy dies because he bled out in his diaper. Little boy is in a coma because he was bleeding out in his diaper. Little boy. I mean, little boy loses his penis because a botched circumcision. This happens all the time. This isn't one-off.
And it happens in hospitals.
It happens in the U.S.
In the U.S., in Canada, in England, in places where where a lot of people tell me, "Whoa, that's in Africa." Here we have rabbis who suck on the penis
and give them herpes
and give the little babies herpes
and syphilis.
So there's that.
No, it's a barbaric practice, and like I said, if anyone wants to sit there and try to justify it to me, because there are people out there that'll try, especially a lot of men who have been circumcised because they just don't want to admit that they were mutilated or that their parents were ill-informed and did it to them and whatever. And I understand that, but I've heard so many apologists for this shit. Well, I'm fine with I'm this one. Fuck you. Just because you're okay with it or you pretend to be okay with it or whatever the hell it is doesn't mean it's okay.
Well, and let's not forget when it was happening, I'm willing to bet that you were not okay with it.
Yeah.
You don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure that you were not okay with it when it was happening.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I get it, but get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. So that article, somebody said, well, what was it? What was the feather in your cap for that?
What do you mean?
Somebody cited your article somewhere.
Oh yeah, there was an intactivist group, and they reblogged my article or. This was like when I first when I first wrote it, and Brother K really liked it, which is kind of nice because he's been an intactivist for ages, and plenty of other like well-known activists were like, wow, this is really good, blah blah blah. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it.
Now let's be nice, because I mean, I don't consider myself to be a feminist.
Oh, and there was a medical association that retweeted it.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah, it was a and I can't remember which one now, because like that was 2 years ago, and
yeah, well,
I can't remember last.
Let me be nice to the feminists, right? Because I like you guys. You're mostly all right.
Yeah. If you're a TERF, though, get the fuck out.
If you're a TERF, yeah, I kind of don't like you. Yeah. Just to be clear, right? I suppose in most of the things that the feminists talk about and they fight for or whatever, I'm down with just about all of that, right?
Yeah.
I'm down with that everyone should get paid the same if they're doing the same job, and all of the issues that that come to mind when most people think of feminism. Because legal equality it needs to be an actual thing.
Yeah.
Right? Forget it. I don't care if we're not physically equal. We need to all be legally equal.
And it needs to be in see, because that's the problem, right? Even on paper, if it's a law, we know full well from how black people are treated.
Yeah,
and stuff like this.
It doesn't always shake out the way it looks.
Yeah, so it actually has to be applied.
Yeah. And so I'm down with all of that, for sure. But the thing is, I'm not trying to take away from the issue of female genital mutilation.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that at all, right? That's not the purpose of talking about this.
No.
It is.
And see, that's what I hate. That's what I hate, because a lot of people are like, well, what about this? Okay, yeah, I'm okay with saying that we shouldn't be genitally mutilating anyone. I'm fine with that, but right now I'm talking about this. And why is it so bad if I talk about this? Because see, you get the same thing if it's reversed, right? If someone's talking about female genital mutilation, someone pounces in and says, hey, well, what about circumcision? They get really mad and go, well, I'm talking about this. Well, why can't I? So
right,
it's like,
yeah, so
it's like, fuck off.
The issue isn't designed, at least from I understand you feminists, I understand. Because a lot of conversations that I've seen over the years, not just a couple of them or whatever, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Dudes don't care about women being mutilated, little girls being mutilated. They care about making scoring a point.
Oh yeah, a lot of these.
Oh, well, you're a hypocrite. Like, whoa! I don't. No. I
mean, if I were Paul Elam, maybe, but
right.
No.
But it's not for that purpose, right?
No.
It is not and
a lot of the activists I follow do talk about FGM as well. So,
yeah, well, because a lot of them
because it goes hand in hand.
Yes, and it's one issue. It is not male or female. It is one.
And I hate this degrees of which one is worse. I don't care which one is worse, because they're both horrible. They're both horrible, and they should both be illegal. End of conversation.
Yeah, this really should not be a thing. And I understand that a lot of MRAs have sort of poisoned that particular issue.
God, what haven't they poisoned?
But then a lot of feminists have as well, because I've seen a lot of feminists go, well, I don't care. That's not a thing. It's not like, fuck you, man. It is a thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but yeah. When the nurse, when our son was born and the nurse walked in, I felt like strangling that woman. Of course I didn't, because, I'm a civilized human being, but
yeah.
Like, no, of course not. Why would you think that? No.
I agree with Avery Santos. I don't think it's one that's opposed. I think it's been one used to shut down any talk of FGM and any genital mutilation in the end, to derail everything entirely.
Yes. And that is not, no. It is perfectly fine to discuss both things together.
Yeah.
In my view, anyway.
Yeah.
And it is perfectly fine for me to say we should outlaw both.
And in the same vein, I usually end up talking about like things like breast ironing.
Yeah.
For instance, right? Which is another horrible practice, right? So, I mean, I can speak about all of these issues. Right? Yeah, it's forced on young women. And it fucks up their breasts. Oh my God.
Yeah, it destroys the tissue almost entirely.
It's horrible. If you don't know what it is, you can go look it up.
I suggest you don't.
There are documentaries on it, on breast ironing. It's horrible. And it's in the UK now. They're having a real problem with it in the UK. yeah, I can talk about all these issues and not, you know, prefer one over the other, because I think they're all equally important and they all involve children. And I think children are important. And yeah, I'm not going to give weight to one over the other. One's worse than the other. No, it's just, I'm talking about circumcision more because really it is one of the ones that doesn't get enough of a voice. Enough of a sane voice, let's say. Enough of a sane voice.
Now, I'm no Alex Jones.
Oh, God.
I'm no Alex Jones now, so you know. But if I were to wager, I would say that that there is a lot of money to be made. And I mean, it's a medical procedure, right?
What, circumcision?
Circumcision.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a clearly, it's obviously it's a religious practice, right?
Yeah.
So people are tied to it. The people that defend it are tied to it by two of the most powerful motivators, right? Money and religion, money and faith, right?
Well, you know how much money it costs to have a bris, which is what they call the
coming of age for
no,
I'm sorry, not coming of age. The ceremony
for circumcision.
Yeah,
if you're Jewish,
I'm sorry, I'm confusing.
If you're Jewish, that's a huge party. Yeah. You're talking about like hiring a mohel, right? So he's the one that chops the kid. You're talking about like, you know, all the food you need and this big party and everything. So I mean, there is money involved in this shit.
And there's obviously religion.
And religion.
So now I'm no Alex Jones, so I don't know about the lizard people. I haven't talked to any of them.
You should talk to the gay frogs.
There are people that have deep pockets that presumably they have an interest in preserving.
I'm waiting for someone to go, Soros.
Yeah. My check is late this month, George. My check is late. What the fuck?
Exactly, Lonely Wolf. Age of consent equals 18. After that, circumcision should be optional. Before then, it should be banned.
Yeah. I'm good with that. Hell, I'm good with whatever.
Age of consent here is 18, right? And my child can't get themselves like a body mod. They can get their ears pierced when they're 14, right? But they can't get a body mod like, you know, anything else pierced. They can't get tattoos. They can't get alcohol. They can't. So all those things they can't do until they're old enough to do it themselves, right? When they're 18 here. But yet, what? It's okay if I chop off a piece
without asking.
Yeah, without asking.
Yeah,
no, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is.
I'm good with whatever age of consent is in your country, except for a few countries. In some countries, it's like fucking 8 years old.
Yeah. No.
But in Western countries, where the age of consent is usually,
I think we should.
That the age of consent is usually somewhere around 16 or 18.
It depends. It varies between 16 and 21.
So wherever that falls and wherever you live, I'm okay with your country doing that, right?
Yeah.
You know, you want to get circumcised after that, then you know, go ahead. You know, do you?
I mean, I've told our teenager, right? Because you can consent for your child to get like a piercing, right? Like a belly button piercing or whatever, or their lip or their eyebrow or whatever when they're 16. Like if you're accompanying your minor child, you sign a form, blah, 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 and they can get it done. And I told our 15-year-old, I said, if you want to get anything, and she doesn't, she's so like, she's no makeup, no nail polish, no frilly clothes, like, oh my God. So, but I told her this like a couple years ago. I said, because she was asking me about my piercings, I said, well, if you want to get one done when you're 16, like, I'll go with you. I've got no problem with that, right? But she, no, I don't want, why would I want that? Oh, well, God forbid. You know, the only thing she has is earrings, and she's good with that, and that's fine.
We are not anti-feminists in that in this position, right?
No.
It's not about, you know, like
age of consent should be about 30.
To be quite honest, bitchy, I have argued before, and if people really ask and they really insist, and I will be like, yeah, you know what? The age of consent should be around the same age that your brain is finished maturing.
That's about 25.
It's about 25 years old.
And you shouldn't be able to vote until then either.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I would say, and you should not be eligible for the draft either.
Yeah, no.
Right? You should not be eligible. None of those things that are adult that are no. In my view, adult things, right? You should not be giving away your life to somebody.
Yeah.
Right? For some vague notion of patriotism or whatever. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
You should be able to make a fully informed decision.
The whole adage there, when you're young, you do stupid things. There's a reason we say that. So maybe, you know, I don't know.
And you know what? It might even go a long way to preventing wars.
Only 12-year-olds should be able to vote. Nobody else.
Nobody else. Yes, 12-year-olds. Yes.
Now that would be interesting, because the one candidate that offers in it like candy every Saturday.
All the bodegas would go for that. All the bodegas would go for that.
Yeah.
Because kids get in like New York, kids get their candy from the bodega. So you know, when a grown-up shows up to buy 17 boxes of Skittles bags and shit, right? Oh, you're running for office, aren't you? I'm like, yes, I am.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh God.
Yeah, we could just ask for everyone. Well, yeah. Well, look, a tattoo.
A tattoo. Yeah, you should always.
I
you should always get a reputable artist.
Yes.
Someone. I always.
That does it in sanitary conditions and all the rest.
I always ask like someone who's already got a tattoo. You know, oh, where'd you get that? And I'll get the name of the artist or whatever. I don't have a tattoo yet, but I'm sort of compiling names because I do want to get one eventually, and I want a good tattoo artist.
I got two. I regret neither, but I took a long time to pick what I wanted to get done. Yeah. Right. So
one of my friends just got a tattoo.
Hi, Mawaze.
One of my friends just got like her 13th tattoo, I think, or whatever.
Wow.
And it's gorgeous. It's the names of her son around an infinity symbol with there's something in the middle and I can't remember, but it was done so beautifully, and she worked with the artist for like a week on the concept and everything, and it's really, really nice.
Okay, so look, if you want to, as an adult, like, right, unfortunately, or well, for good or ill, anyway, the age of consent in most places is 16 to 18.
Yeah.
And I think that's at least marginally more acceptable than
an infant that
chopping off a 3-day-old child's, you know, possibly killing him, because children have died off this.
Yeah.
Or definitely mutilating them.
Yeah.
You know.
It's really a sad,
and you know what?
It's a sad rabbit hole to go down when you start going down it with all the information and the research and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is like the videos I had to watch and the stories I had to read, and
there have been documentaries by activists.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this is horrific. This needs to stop. Like,
yeah, we're gonna have to consider putting out a long documentary style video on it.
Oh no, there's actually someone right now. Don't ask me to remember it right now, but I'll go look it up. Yeah. There's someone right now who's got a crowdfunding. They've reached their amount on crowdfunding, and they've already started like working on
production of a
documentary for like to show
what activists.
Yeah, and to show what circumcision really is about, and it looks good. I've seen a couple of the clips, right? Because they release clips every once in a while. So yeah, it's coming along.
What if it's part of your religion? Well,
religion is stupid.
Well, no. Okay, but the argument is that the state already has a vested interest in regulating whether or not you can deny your child medical treatment. Right? So I don't see this as any different.
Yeah.
Right? There was a case involving the Native American ritual use of peyote. And I forget the name of the case. The decision came down from the Supreme Court that and I'm paraphrasing, right? I don't remember the entirety of the opinion, is that that it's the prohibition on drugs, which includes that particular thing, peyote, is a generally applicable law. In other words, that it applies to everybody else.
Right.
Right. So you don't get a special exemption. Right.
Right.
And it's a murky area of the law because things like.
So they're not allowed to use it?
No.
Even on their reservations?
No. See, no, well, not according to that decision. I don't know of any subsequent
here
decisions.
I know on the reservations, right? Like those kinds of laws, right? In regards to ceremonial things like peyote and stuff like that, they get to regulate
their own. Okay.
Yeah, but if they do it off reservation,
then
it's not legal.
Then you're just
Then you're just smoking drugs.
Yeah.
Right. So there are certain things that they themselves are allowed to regulate, and they're obviously if you kill someone on the reservation, that's still murder. You know,
right. Well, like, that's sort of the same reasoning that was used. I don't know if today, as of today, it's legal for them to do it. I haven't been a paralegal and haven't been involved with this kind of research in years. But as of that decision, right? Yeah. They considered the prohibition on peyote a generally applicable law, right? And so therefore the state can regulate it on the whether or not it's religious or not.
Yeah, I don't care if someone says, oh well, it's my religion. Well, your religion sucks ass. That's no.
Well, it's one of you're funny. It's one of the reasons I oppose religion, and not circumcision per se, but generally the abuse of children, the indoctrination of children.
And we're not just talking about like genital mutilation or anything, right? I mean, you've got these idiots that won't vaccinate their kids, right? And a lot of that has a religious
faith healers
component to the faith healers,
the prayer warriors, that kind of thing.
And you've got Jehovah's Witnesses that carry around the cards that say, do not give me transfusions, right? That refuse to get blood. No, people are mental. Like you really are mental. Okay. Yes.
So, but yes, that is that the notion that it's okay to do for one sex or the other is it's irrelevant. It's a red herring. It really has nothing to do with the issues that are brought up by this, right? See, it doesn't matter if you're mutilating a boy or a girl.
For me, this is one of those lines in the sand, right? Like I had a friend.
Well, you're a mom.
I know, but I spoke about this in the last stream we did yesterday, and I'll say it again here, right? I had a friend. We grew up together. We went to elementary school, high school, and everything, and I'd known her for years. And this was a couple of years ago. She had a little boy, and she married a Jewish dude, right? So she converted to Judaism and everything, and so she wrote on Facebook, oh, my son's circumcision is coming up, and we're gonna have a party and this that. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you want to chop off a piece of your kid for like a religion? I'm like, you used to be, not brainwashed by this shit. Like, what the fuck is, because she wasn't born into Judaism, right? That's not her religion of birth or whatever.
Right, the religion of her parents.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? And we had this huge fight on Facebook in front of everyone.
Of course, because why would you do that in private nowadays?
And I told her, I was like, okay, you know what, bitch? Don't fucking ever talk to me again. Don't come near me because I'm gonna punch you in the head. Like, just get the fuck away from me.
You can't be internet tough guying people.
Oh no, but this wasn't really internet because she lived like 2 streets away, right? But no, get the fuck away from me. You're a horrible, horrible person. And she's like, are you saying I'm a horrible mother? Yeah, I'm saying you're a horrible mother.
Yeah,
I'm saying you're a horrible person.
Let's be clear. If your parents thought it was okay,
I just couldn't be her friend anymore. I could not look at her in the face. And if I saw her today, I would probably not be able to look at her because I know how horrible and horrific that shit is.
Well, I had a family member, like I told you, I had a family member who announced that they were having a child, and and the first thought in my head was,
oh dear God,
I hope it's not a boy.
Yeah, because we knew that
they were going to have them chopped.
Yeah, and thank God it was a little girl.
It was a little girl.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, yeah.
Yeah. So there you have it, right?
Yes.
There's not really much more to say about this. Go check out the article on the website.
Akkadiantimes.com.
Ding. Am I supposed to ding? Ding.
Here, wait.
Ding. Ping.
There.
That if you mutilate my coffee mug, I like my coffee mug. Thank you. Be banging it with metal objects and shit.
Shut up.
All right, so yes, Lonely Wolf doesn't approve of tattoos until 30. Well, about that, I guess.
I can see why though, because your aesthetics change as you grow up.
You would choose different things, and you may not be happy, or whatever.
Yeah, 30, I don't know, but
also hold on a minute, just as a practical matter, you don't want to go to the cut rate artists, right? To the cut rate parlors.
I've seen some horrible tattoos online.
It's not even the artwork.
They're misspelled.
It's not even that's the thing, right? People, they practice and they tell you, hey, I'm practicing, and God, like my mom, right, when she goes to the hospital, whenever she has to go, right, for whatever reason, and the doctors show up, if it's a young doctor, she's like, no, get me an old guy. You don't know what you're doing. Right, because there's a lot of teaching hospitals in New York, right?
Tell me about it.
And so you're gonna end up running into someone who's just starting.
Exactly. Lonely Wolf says, "Good tattoos ain't cheap, and cheap tattoos ain't good."
Yeah, that's right. And so, my mom, when she sees a young doctor, she's like, "Yeah, no, get me the old guy."
I'm always,
get me the guy who's done this before.
It's ageist, I guess, but I'm the same way, right? When I'm in like a hospital or something, and the young doctor walks over, I'm like, you ain't
practicing on me.
You're a baby. Get the hell away from me.
You ain't practicing on me, Skippy.
Where's the gray-haired dude? I want the gray-haired dude.
Although the argument can be made that the old guy has been there so long that he's probably been through 3 or 4 drug addictions.
Yeah.
And he might be like a professional drunk.
Although I have to say,
and he might be half blind.
I have to say, the last time I went to the pediatrician's office, we don't have a pediatrician, but we saw the pediatrician that was on call, and he was a young dude. He was probably in his late 20s, and he was so nice, and he was so like proactive about everything and this and that, and I like that. That's really cool, because I've seen some older pediatricians. I don't know, maybe it's a thing about my kids or whatever, but because I'm a protective mom. But I've noticed like some of the older pediatricians, they're like, like they fob things off.
Like, it's not falling off. No.
Yeah.
Then walk around the parking lot.
Walk it off.
Walk it off, kid.
Exactly.
Walk it off.
So yeah.
Avery said, please send me the title if you can, or put it in the chat so I can write it down. A romance novel that addresses the issue of IQ.
Oh well.
Yeah.
That sounds so romantic.
That's one of the reasons why I'm interested in it.
It's a love story.
It's a love
of Sam Harris and Carl Benjamin.
Oh God! Don't go there. Don't stop. Stop right there. Okay, so yes. To get back to that, because I when you told me what was it, 3-4 days ago, almost a week ago, that you were gonna do it, that you were gonna finish editing the thing, I was like, oh well,
I've been afraid to finish it because I didn't want to get shit online. I am so sick and tired of the threats and the this and the that, and I was like, this kind of video is just going to get me that, it's like waving a big red flag in front of a bull, right?
Well, a little bull with a small penis and testosterone problems,
but,
and
I was thinking because you
albinism.
You were mentioning something. I think it was you who said this. Or was it in a video? No, I can't remember. I don't know. But anyways, I think it was you. That people like those 4chan fuckers. Yeah, it was you. That they control sort of the message because they shut people down, right? Look what happened to Kevin Logan. 3 of his channels got flagged into oblivion. He's lost his Twitter. He's on a new Twitter.
Oh yeah, he's on a new Twitter.
Yeah.
What's his new Twitter?
I'll look it up in a minute.
Okay.
So like they try to shut people down when they talk about racism and racism in the skeptic community and this and that, right? And I was thinking, fuck that. Like I am so sick and tired of being afraid of saying what I want to say because I'm afraid that a bunch of fucking quote unquote skeptic rational motherfuckers are gonna lose their shit and flag it down.
Okay, so let's be clear, you're afraid of having the channel taken down.
I was afraid of having the channel taken down, which is why I am not going to put it on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm not.
No, it's going on it's going on.
I was also
website.
afraid of like the death threats and the this and the that, but you know what? Some things you just have to say and cross your fingers and hope for the best.
Well, guns help.
Yeah, well,
guns help. Yeah.
But yeah.
Security procedures at school.
Yeah. So
having contact with
I
the police
think
also helps.
This is really something I want to do, and I have to say it. And oh well, such is life. We've been doxxed already. We've been threatened already. We've been, So I'm like, well, not much more can happen at this point.
Well, like I said, the police know of our particular issues.
And we live in a really good area. Have you noticed the cops go around here all the time?
Yeah.
All the time.
The school has been apprised.
Yeah.
And
all our family
whatever
members,
that other third thing that I mentioned
but all our family members know. And
yeah. So yeah, and whatever that third thing that I mentioned was, I forget now. I forget what that was now. Yeah, that thing.
Okay, could you stop with the pen? It's driving me nuts.
That thing that I mentioned before. Just go back into the thing, and you'll catch it, because I don't remember now. I don't remember now, motherfuckers.
All right,
so look, keep an eye out for that. That should be coming soon. The last step is, I suppose, mine.
Yeah, I think you should do an intro to it.
Yeah. So we're going to do that kind of stuff. And yes, by all means, there's those 2 new articles, the one on Maldi Buddha and the lost video.
Yeah.
On the JQ.
On the JQ.
On the JQ. That was funny.
Oh God. What was funny was listening to the video that I found today of Millennium.
Don't give it away.
I'm giving a teaser to the video that I'm working on, right, on the film I'm working on, or documentary, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
The YouTube video, whatever.
The Daily Motion video.
Yes.
I was listening to a speech by Millennial Woes, and I'm like, dude, you just can't shut up. He's talking about Carl. He's talking about Crown Tea. Then he's talking about the Jewish question. I'm like, oh, this is not going to end well.
He's like a baby playing with his own shit.
Dude, just shut up.
Well, no. The stronger the ties between people like that and the alt-lighters. Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. So there's that, right? No. Let them keep talking. Let them keep talking.
All right. So
yes. Go visit the website. Look at those 2 articles.
Trashumentary. Yes.
The Trashumentary. Yes.
Trashumentary. Exactly. Yes. So,
I may have to steal that.
Yeah.
I may have to steal that. So
a lot of people are not gonna like it.
Yeah.
They're just not gonna.
No. So yes, and look, keep an eye out. I may actually do a thing for, because I'm not because I feed my kids, the mortgage, and all the rest of the stuff that got to get paid. All that shit's got to get paid. I'm not gonna buy a panda suit just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, right.
But okay, I might, I don't know. But no, I'm probably gonna have a GoFundMe for it.
Oh,
fuck it.
And whoever donates to it, I'm taking down your name.
And so yes, there was that. Keep an eye out for that.
Yep. All right.
Oh, and I would be more than happy. I'll put it out there now for we were unable to come to a right time. Kevin Logan and Steve Shives did a stream, and I just couldn't get in on time. Right, I just right. So so I'm inviting both of them because I'd like to talk to both of them because they're both feminists, right?
Yeah.
About their feminism and my not. My feminism adjacentness,
and you're not feminism,
and my not feminism, you know, that stuff.
And you're not feminism.
Yeah, that stuff, you know, because I want to learn some more, and I want to talk to feminists, right? I want to talk to the feminists.
It would be nice to talk to Steve. I haven't talked to Steve yet. So I mean, I talked to him online, like on Facebook and shit, but not in the stream.
I'm inviting them. You know, go to my mentions, DM me or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we can set up a thing.
A thing.
A thing.
Yeah, so we can do a thing.
So we can do a thing.
Yeah. All right. Say good night, dear.
Are we done already?
Yeah, because I gotta get back to the. I want to work.
Yes, we're gonna finish that. Yes, we're gonna work on it.
I'm like
day and night, night and day.
I'm like chomping at the bit to finish this thing.
So say good night, dear.
Good night, dear.
Good night, dear.
You're the one who has to turn it
off.
off.
God damn it, I keep forgetting. God damn it.
He's old. Leave him alone.
Stop it. I don't care. Get off my lawn.